Reid Hoffman, the billionaire founder of LinkedIn, just exposed Donald Trump for his tariff plans, seen here called The Truth About Tariffs. You might remember Reid Hoffman a couple of days ago clapped back at Elon Musk after Elon Musk said that Reid was paying for all of these protesters that are protesting Tesla, and he ended up getting more likes on this tweet than Elon Musk did on his own app. So this guy really knows how to get under Elon Musk's skin, and I'm really excited to show this video to you because I think it's one of the simplest reasons and explanations for what's really going on here today.
I just want to take a second to talk about these tariffs. I mean, all of this discussion around these tariffs has somewhat surprised me because I've always taken Donald Trump seriously about what he says he's going to do. And so the kind of saying, hey, he's not really going to do tariffs, even though he's claiming them, has always struck me as a little foolish. And, you know, tariffs, as everyone knows, are going to create a huge amount of problems for Americans. They're going to create problems for not just the prices of what Americans buy in their grocery stores. It'll cause problems for American businesses. It'll create problems for Americans and their jobs. I think we're going to see many more corrections from the stock market. And then people say, well, if that's so clear, why would, a business person do this? And the answer is, if your normal way of doing business is by trying to be a bully with your partners, of trying to extract deals by hitting them with a stick first, that's the commitment to tariffs. But the tariffs are not going to create things that are going to benefit the American people. They're not going to create lower prices. They're not going to create more jobs. What they're going to create is some political concessions.
So a couple of things I want to talk about there. First off, I think he's right on the money. After this, I have an actual tweet thread from Senator Chris Murphy that lays out that theory even more. So stay tuned for that. But I also want to talk about the point of him saying that folks didn't believe him when he said he was going to be doing tariffs. And I just don't understand that because he was so adamant about it. Why would anyone think that Donald Trump wouldn't do what he said he was going to do? I mean, the man does not, I guess he lies a lot, but the things he campaigns on, by and large, he tries doing. Now, of course, he tried to build the wall. He said Mexico was going to pay for it. They never did, but he did try building wall, and he has done all of the insane things. So it's just crazy to me that people are shocked that Donald Trump has actually done the insane thing he said he was going to do. And of course, the person who has bankrupted casinos is now trying to bankrupt the country. Donald Trump is he a psychic? Because this is what he posted in August 5th, 2024. Stock markets are crashing. Job numbers are terrible. We are heading to World War II, and we have two of the most incompetent leaders in history. This is not good. That really applies today, doesn't it? It really applies today. And Chris Murphy, now this is a little long, but I'm going to go through it because I really do think that if you're interested in this and you want to understand the psychology and the intention of why they're doing it, I actually think Chris Murphy is right on the money here about what these tariffs are really about. And here it is. Those trying to understand the tariffs as economic policy are dangerously naive. No, the tariffs are a tool to collapse our democracy, a means to compel loyalty from every business that will need to petition Trump for relief, to explain his plan and how do we fight it back. Here's the thread. Now, these aren't designed as economic policy. The tariffs are simply a new, super dangerous political tool. Our founders created a president with limited and checked powers. They specifically put the power of spending and taxation in the hands of the legislature. Why? Because they watched how kings and despots use spending and taxes to control their subjects. British kings used taxation to reward loyalty and punish dissent. Our own revolution was spurred by the king's use of heavy taxation, which is very well known. And the king's message was simple: if you stop protesting, I'll stop taxing. Sound familiar? Well, Trump knows that he can weaken and maybe destroy democracy by using spending and taxation in the same way. And he is using access to government funds to bully universities, law firms, and state and local governments into loyalty pledges. Before we continue this, I want to just kind of hone in that loyalty thing from law firms, because the students at Georgetown have made actually a Google spreadsheet that anyone can look at. This is brilliant. That says they're tracking the largest law firms in the country, and they are marking if they've caved to the administration. As you see, Milbank here has, Paul Weiss, Skadden Arps, Sullivan and Cromwell, Wilkie Farr and Gallagher have all caved to the administration. This is a list of all the ones that are complying in advance. And then this is one who are standing up to Trump and no response. So this is a really valuable list, because we need to know, and we should be doing this with every industry, to know who is on the side of democracy and who is trying to make authoritarianism happen. Healthy democracies rely on an independent legal profession to maintain the rule of law, independent universities to guard subject truth, and provide forums for dissent to authority, and independent state local government to counterbalance a powerful federal government. But the private sector also plays a role to protect democracy. Independent industry has power. The tariffs are Trump's tools to erode that independence. Now, one by one, every industry or company will need to pledge loyalty to Trump in order to get sanctions relief. And what could Trump demand as part of a quiet loyalty pledge? Public shows of support from executives or from all of his economic policy, which is honestly kind of is already happening from some of the richest people here. The tariffs aren't economic policy, they're political weapons. But as long as we see this clearly, we can stop him. Public mobilization is working. Today, a few Republicans joined Democrats to vote against a set of tariffs, which is super important. That's super important. So the tariffs are designed to hurt you, hurt businesses, and to compel businesses, people, and countries to become subservient to Trump. I 100% guarantee that's why he's doing this. He knows it's going to hurt everyone, and he's betting on it. Because if people are hurt, they become desperate. And when you have desperate people, they will do anything for a little bit of relief. And that is how authoritarians gain control and maintain power, is through actions like this. So I'm going to plug it again. Because it's only a couple days away. Hands off 2025, the National Day of Action on Saturday, April 5th. I will be there in D.C. There are places all around the country protesting. This is when the time is to rise up. This is going to be the largest single day protest in Trump's second term. So let's make it as big as possible and show that we are not going to become subservient to a reality TV show wannabe king. Not going to happen. So join me and join the rest of your pro-democracy Americans for Hands Off 2025, and I will see you there.